In a world where the global economy is increasingly fractured by protectionist tariffs, Walmart, the world's largest retailer, has made bold moves to navigate the fallout from the tariff policies imposed under President Donald Trump's administration. These decisions haven't just reshaped Walmart's business operations. They've triggered ripple effects across the globe, fueling a growing food crisis that shows no signs of slowing down. Walmart has long been one of the largest employers in the United States, especially in rural and suburban areas where its distribution centers serve as critical sources of employment. According to logistics consultancy MWPVL International, Walmart operates more than 150 distribution centers nationwide, many of which are located in economically vulnerable communities. These facilities employ thousands of workers and act as economic anchors for the towns around them. But in May 2025, Walmart began a sweeping restructuring plan. The company laid off approximately 1,500 employees across its global tech divisions and US-based support departments. More alarmingly, Walmart also initiated the closure of several key distribution centers, a move that could ultimately affect up to 50,000 workers. These distribution hubs are the backbone of Walmart's supply chain, powering both in-store operations and online fulfillment. Shutting them down doesn't just displace direct employees, it also threatens the economic vitality of entire regions. Local unemployment could spike, small businesses could lose customers, and overall community income could drop. The ripple effect of these closures extends far beyond Walmart's walls, weakening local economies and destabilizing already fragile labor markets. Rising input costs. Walmart imports a significant portion of its merchandise from China, including everyday essentials like household goods, electronics, processed foods, and more. According to estimates from CNBC and the Wall Street Journal, nearly 70% of products sold at Walmart contain components, materials, or are partially manufactured in China. The Trump administration's 25% tariff on Chinese imports has sharply increased Walmart's production and logistics costs. Here's how that impact breaks down. Household goods, items like kitchenware, storage containers, and cleaning products, often sourced from China, are now subject to heavy tariffs. That's driven up wholesale prices and, in turn, raised retail prices for shoppers. Electronics and tech, high-demand products such as smartphones, laptops, and home appliances, have been directly hit by the tariffs. Since a large portion of these goods are made in China, the increased import costs are eating into Walmart's profit margins, or being passed on to consumers. Processed foods. Even staple items like packaged rice, canned meats, and cooking oils have become more expensive due to higher import costs. The result is that Walmart is spending more to stock shelves with essentials, and American families are paying the price at checkout. In short, tariffs have turned Walmart's low-cost model upside down, straining its pricing strategy and squeezing both profit margins and consumers' wallets. Price hikes and shifting pricing strategies. To offset the rising costs driven by tariffs, Walmart was forced to adjust its pricing strategy, a tough pivot for a company built on its promise of everyday low prices. But maintaining margins in the face of a 25% import tax required bold action. Household goods price increases. A striking example. A 12-piece dinnerware set that once sold for $99 now costs $149, a nearly 51% jump. Even fresh food items saw dramatic hikes. In one case, shrimp prices doubled overnight from $4.98 to $9.99. Electronics. Tariffs on Chinese imports directly impacted high-ticket items like smartphones and laptops. As production and import costs soared, retail prices followed suit, making it harder for budget-conscious consumers to afford tech upgrades. Walmart worked hard to preserve its value-driven reputation, but as tariffs squeezed supply chains, the company could no longer absorb the full brunt of the increased costs. Some of that burden inevitably fell on customers, contributing to broader consumer price inflation. Impact on profit margins. Even as Walmart optimized logistics and sought alternative suppliers, the combination of rising product costs and global freight disruptions posed serious challenges to maintaining healthy margins. Shrinking profits. According to CNBC, Walmart was forced to raise prices on household items and groceries by 2% to 5%. While this helped offset immediate costs, it also risked weakening customer loyalty and reducing sales volume in sensitive categories. Slower revenue growth. With inflation cutting into consumers' purchasing power, Walmart has seen a slowdown in its revenue momentum. Price hikes may protect short-term margins, but long-term growth is under pressure as shoppers become more cautious and value-driven. In short, Walmart's pricing strategy, once its strongest weapon, is now a balancing act between staying competitive and surviving a high-tariff economy. Walmart's shift in manufacturing, the reasons and the ripple effects. In response to rising tariffs and production costs, Walmart has begun relocating its manufacturing base away from China, turning instead to Vietnam and India. This shift opens the door to cost-saving opportunities, but also presents complex logistical and operational challenges. The following analysis explores both sides of this strategic realignment. To begin with, the cost of labor plays a crucial role. One of the primary incentives for Walmart to move production is lower labor expenses. Although wages in Vietnam and India are higher than in countries like Bangladesh or Cambodia, they remain significantly lower compared to China, and even more so when measured against developed nations such as the United States. In Vietnam, labor costs are estimated to be between $500 to $700 per month lower than in China. This translates to a reduction of approximately 70 to 77%. In India, the savings are also substantial, with wages often ranging from $100 to $250 per month, potentially saving Walmart between $250 to $400 for every worker each month. In addition to labor costs, transportation efficiency is another factor. By relocating manufacturing closer to major consumer markets, especially the United States, Walmart is also aiming to reduce shipping expenses and delivery times. Vietnam and India's proximity to the U.S. allows Walmart to streamline its logistics, shorten transit times, and lessen its reliance on Chinese imports, which are now subject to heavy tariffs. However, this strategic pivot does not come without drawbacks. While Vietnam and India offer lower labor costs than China, they are not the cheapest options in the region. In countries like Bangladesh and Cambodia, base wages can be as low as $70 to $100 per month. This means that Walmart may still be incurring higher labor costs than it would in some neighboring countries. There are also concerns surrounding quality control and productivity. China's manufacturing ecosystem has been built over decades with advanced infrastructure and expertise, particularly in sectors like electronics and textiles. In contrast, Vietnam and India, while equipped with a skilled workforce, may lack the same level of industrial experience. This could result in initial challenges for Walmart in maintaining the consistent quality standards that its brand demands. Perhaps most critically, supply chain disruptions remain a looming risk. Transitioning global supply chains is a lengthy and complex process. Although Walmart has already signed contracts with suppliers in Vietnam and India, these partners currently only account for around 20 to 30% of China's former production capacity. Scaling up to meet Walmart's full demand, while ensuring product quality, volume, and timeliness, remains a work in progress. As Walmart transitions its manufacturing operations away from China, one of its key strategies to mitigate disruptions is the adoption of advanced technology throughout its supply chain. To ensure efficiency and adaptability, the company has turned to automation and artificial intelligence. Walmart has implemented sophisticated AI systems to improve forecasting, streamline logistics, and manage warehouse operations with greater precision. A notable example is the company's investment in the Link 16 inches AI platform developed by Symbotic, a system designed to fully automate warehouse and transportation management. This technology allows Walmart to track inventory in real time, anticipate shifts in demand, and reduce labor and transportation costs by optimizing how goods are stored and shipped. By integrating automation and AI into its logistics infrastructure, Walmart not only improves operational speed, but also builds resilience into its supply chain, a crucial move in a time of shifting global trade dynamics.